Hi and welcome to this channel where I teach about how to animate graphics and videos without After Effects. And in today's lesson we're gonna talk about Final Cut and the power of motion created templates in Final Cut for you as an editor. Alright, so here I am in Final Cut, and if you're into Premiere then I apologize, but a Premiere video will come soon as well. But maybe just watch this little introduction and be amazed at the power of Final Cut and motion created graphic and title templates. So here I do have a still image of a real estate property here in Norway. So this is just 5 seconds of an image, nothing happening here. So what can we do to spice this up? So obviously you could zoom it in and do all kinds of things directly here in Final Cut as well as in Premiere. But what you can't do anywhere else but in Final Cut is this. And I made a kind of crazy example here. It's not very usable, but it shows a lot of features, all at once. So what I have done here in my title browser, I got something called crazy. So it's a bit of a crazy example. And all I do is I add that down here to my timeline and make it sure that it's the same length. Here we go. Now I can turn off the browser and you already see quite something happening here. So what do we have? I've just added one title, and it might be that playback is a little bit choppy here because I'm doing a screen recording, so I apologize for that. But let's play this. Alright, so basically without me doing anything, I do now have an animated photo with different graphics on top, a source bug, which of course is not true, so I would just click on it and edit it. For example, this is a photo I have taken, so let's write my name there. And you see, without me having to open anything except for double-clicking on the title or on the text up here, I have now suddenly changed it and made the box bigger. And I still have the animation. So if I just play it again, maybe it was a bit choppy here on the recording, but if we step through it very, very slowly, you see it has kind of a wipe in animation. Okay, and then we also have all these graphics and this blue TV effect here. So let's open up the inspector. And if we click on the first tab, the title inspector, you can see the settings for this whole graphics presets here, which is pretty cool. So what can we do here? Well, obviously we can change the fill color of our logo bug. Let's go for yellow. And our source bug, I mean, not logo bug. And we can also take down the opacity if we want to. Something like that. Next thing, we have a content scale 30%. And if I turn this up a lot, you will see that the image and everything scales up really much. So if I take that down to maybe 10%, it's a much more subtle effect. Next, of course, we can customize the colors of these graphics. So we've got some blue translucent thing and some white. Let's change that to yellow, for example. And I don't know if you can actually see that, but it's actually see-through. So both of them are. They're kind of having a blend mode. So if I turn this a bit more down, opacity, now you can see more of the video or image or whatever is behind there. So the background is dynamic, so this could be a video or many videos or a composition of different layers, and the title on top makes it scale in, overlays those graphics, and also this colorize and bad TV effect. And of course I can change that, so if I want to do, I can, I don't know, turn this into green or pink. Alright, let's say I want to keep it at blue, so I just press the reset button and it goes back to the default color that I've set before. And there's a colorize strength, so let's say I just want a little bit of blue. Maybe 30%, 60%. So now we can see it's a little bit red still here in the roof, and it's a bit green down here, but it's kind of blue. And I have another scale effect, because actually whatever is behind here will be scaled. So let's just make that much more. You see how the content behind it is dynamically scaled. And of course there's a bad TV effect. So if I turn this off, it's just blue. So also, and if you watch this closely while I'm playing it, you see this shape here is actually changing. So this is not just a fixed set area where an effect is applied. If I go over this, you can see how the shape is actually, it's like a bubble that is changing. You can see that very clearly here. So if I compare beginning, very much different than here in the end. So this is a dynamically changing shape that changes the video or whatever is behind there. Of course, if I would turn off the scale effect to 0 and turn off the bad TV and the colorize, just make sure it's at 0, then it looks like there is no such overlay crazy effect at all. So I do have full possibility to change things here without having to go into animations, without having to go into motion or After Effects for that matter. It's just there, and it's dynamic. So whatever is behind here will be animated. So just for the fun of it, let me open some other title. For example, I do have this one. There I do have a little, this one here, a lower third. Yeah, let's just add that. So now I do have this text here, which I can still just click and move anywhere. And right now it's in front of the title, like it's expected to be. And of course I can make it bigger if I want to, but let's just keep it as is. Hello! You're in the recording now. I have to edit you out after. Alright, so here we have the title, or the lower third. So let's just change this to something more English. So that's basically how this works. Super simple to update. But now here comes the reason why I bring this one up now. Just to prove my point that this is dynamic. So if I go back to my crazy example here, and back to the title, publish parameters, yes. And then, now you can see that, let's turn on the bad TV again. And also reset the scale here, so it's actually there. And let's even colorize it again, 100% this time. Let's make this much bigger. Let's move it so it kind of overlaps with the blue thingy. That's the whole point. Turn it off again. And now let's change the order, because like I said, this title template, a crazy example here from Final Cut, from Motion, that is dynamic. So whatever is behind certain objects or behind the title will be affected. So if I change the order here and just drag this up above, now you can see that not just the image in the background, but also whatever is behind under this layer, basically now this lower third, or parts of it, will be affected. Completely dynamic. I don't have to know how this works. I don't have to, as an editor, Final Cut user, I don't have to know anything about this. So that is why I think Final Cut is great for certain type of users. If you want to make videos fast and you have somebody to set up the templates for you, then you as a user or as an editor, you don't have to do anything. Just apply the templates and you're good to go. Which is kind of similar to what Adobe has been trying to do all these last couple of years with the Essential Motion Graphics thing. So I hope you like this introduction, and I will promise in the next videos we will go much deeper and have more in-depth lessons on how to recreate graphics without After Effects. From scratch. If you have any questions, you can contact me at animationsbytobias.com, and of course leave a comment and subscribe to this video here on YouTube or wherever you may watch it. And if you need graphics and animations for your video or TV or YouTube project, reach out and I'll help you. Whether that's Final Cut, whether that's Premiere, if you need animated graphics, templates, something, I can help you. Contact me and we'll make a deal. Contact me and we'll find a price and a way to work forward. Contact me and we'll find out how... Contact me at Animations by Tobias and you will find out how to do it. Contact me at animationsbytobias.com and we'll find out how we can work together.